What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
It's CandL without the E.
Without the E. CandL.
Yeah, I just hit you. CNL, we just hit you with some knowledge. I didn't realize it was CandL without an E until Lau brought it up.
CandL without the E.
That's fucking
Pass
hilarious.
around, tell your friend.
That's fucking hilarious.
You know?
CandL without the E.
Sometimes it just presents itself.
This week we're just gonna kick it. What instrument? You just bought an
Business
instrument.
as usual then.
Yeah, no shit.
It is I thought it was called a guitarlele.
It looks like a mini acoustic guitar.
Whenever it arrived and I opened it up and I took it out of the package, the manufacturer, they had it labeled as a ukulele.
A ukulele.
Yeah. You know.
That almost sounds too much like ukulele.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a guitar.
A ukulele.
Guitar and
Dude,
a ukulele put together.
It's pretty dope.
Dude, it is dope.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah, it's like you got two instruments.
It could be like a full-size guitar for a midget.
Yeah.
That midget that got thrown from the fucking bus, dude.
Uh-huh.
He could play a fucking sad lullaby and make money.
Well, he was dressing up like a little girl, and that
dress up like a little girl and play the guitar.
Well, we'd have to put a splash of pink on it.
He would do that himself, I'm sure. He probably he's gonna bejewel it.
Probably steal some nail polish, throw it on there.
Do you like my ukulele?
Fucking bedazzle it. It's actually two instruments. Yep.
What you don't know is it's got its own, its own thing.
Yeah, it's amazing. You can tune it many different ways. You see my denim jacket? That's a unicorn.
This thing right here. What is the bridge? Is that called the bridge?
Yes.
Okay. And it has a place for straps, but I don't have a strap.
I don't have a strap.
The strap only comes in full size. It kind of pisses me off. There's no mini straps.
The strap's in the pouch on the front.
I have to use a belt.
I use my belt, so I'm playing the ukulele and I got no pants on.
I'm butt naked playing the ukulele. Come give me $1.
Yeah, I've been playing for 4 hours.
I think it's cool.
Splash
I
some
think
water
it's
on
cool
me.
as fuck. I wish I wouldn't have got rid of my
I think
electric.
it's really cool. Are you trying to call me out right now?
On your little guitar? Do you have a little guitar complex? You're sitting over here with a tiny guitar. I got a big guitar.
Well, I mean, you know what they say.
Six string either way, brother. It's not the guitar size. It's how you play it.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
I believe that's
my
wife.
It's not the size of the
that.
truck. It's how you drive it.
It's always the size of the truck. Let me ask you something. Why, when a redneck drives a big jacked up truck, they have a small penis?
But then,
why is that always associated with small penises?
Well, I don't know. Maybe people
compensation.
It was probably one of those things where the stereotype and stigma got around, and all chicks started noticing that. Jimmy had a big truck and he had a little penis, and Bobby had a fairly big truck and he had a little tiny penis.
Let me tell you something. Jeff had a Prius, and he had a fucking 12-inch.
Karen had an S10. She had no penis.
Karen doesn't have any dick at all.
It's not even there.
She's driving a Tesla.
Oh,
she drives a Tesla now.
And then Chad pulls up on a Prius. Looks like he's pulling 3 legs out of that motherfucker. Like
a fucking tripod.
Yeah.
I never understood that. It's always they got is that the case though? Bill Burr said that best. He's like, if I drive a Prius, does that mean I got a giant dick?
Oh, it's just a.
Why can't they need a truck that high for the length of their penis when they crawl out? Like they need the room.
There you go.
That's why I drive.
I don't know if I wanna hop that far to the ground if I got a really long penis, bro.
Well, listen, I'm not trying to analyze people's penis problems.
Right.
You know what I mean? I thought it was crazy that that's associated.
Yeah.
I don't know what forced me to bring that up.
It's just one of those fun little systematic, non-violent, what you call it, stereotype that's easily thrown around. The layman can understand it and bring it into their own lives. Oh, I know somebody's got a truck. Oh, he must have a little. It's like it's like word of mouth famous.
I get it.
Like
it's almost like a meme, but pre-meme.
Yeah, like old wives' tales.
I think we're analyzing it way too deeply.
I think so too. But that's what happens. Like tonight our topics. We have 2 topics tonight. Even though we are just chill, we're doing some bullshit. We are going to touch on these.
We always kick it, but we always got something to talk about too.
Which is time travel and marijuana.
I didn't agree to time travel.
Well, you said yes.
When?
Well,
show me the text.
I said time travel.
I'm like,
you said
the
marijuana.
Text don't fit.
I said time travel. You said marijuana, and then you were like, "Bet, dude."
I did say bet, dude.
No, you didn't. You didn't say bet, dude. But you said we were going to talk about marijuana too.
I didn't say bet.
No,
I'm pretty sure I said bet.
Not
like,
this time.
bet,
You
bet,
you
dude.
said that before, but not this time.
Not this time, senor.
Not on this Friday.
I have an issue. Okay, I wanted to show you this video. Okay, I think you need to see it. It's not a big deal. In case I'm not a big NFL fan. I don't think you are either. I don't think either.
Oh
of us are.
no. No.
But my dad is very fond of the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was there was a game like last week or so, maybe a week or two ago, and the Browns are like their enemy, right? If I know anything, that's like their enemy team, right?
It's
they have
a
several
rivalry.
they have rivalries and shit. It's almost like WWE.
We gotta take those guys out so we can get to the Rose Bowl.
They cut promos and shit. We're coming for you.
We're coming for you
At the Super Bowl.
We're gonna meet your team on the field and we're gonna rub against them.
Oh, yeah.
I got the ball. I got the ball.
That was an interception.
I'm gonna kick it.
Come Sunday night, you're going to feel my pigskin against your taint.
Blue 42. Blue 42 Rose Bowl.
It's always blue 40 fucking 2.
I know. That's
It
another
needs
one of
to
those
be
things.
black 69.
That's another one of those generalization,
People associate
stereotypical
Anyway.
NFL banter. Yep.
Anyway, Myles Garrett, who plays for the Browns,
Oh.
and Mason Rudolph got into a altercation, and there was a big field fight. And you know me, I like fights. I like watching people get down.
You do like fights.
It's fun. Confrontation is fun as long as you're not involved.
Right.
And so I watched this. This is like a 56 second video. If you go look it up on YouTube, you just got to type in Steelers fight, and it'll be one of the first ones. Because it was recent. The dude ripped his helmet off, right? Myles Garrett ripped Mason Rudolph's helmet off. And then
I knew when you said Myles
proceeded.
Garrett that was going to be the asshole.
Miles is a dick name.
It
You ever
really
think about
is.
that?
Really
you
is.
give them an inch, they come with a mile. You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's fucked up.
That's right.
I got miles and miles of this shit. He takes his helmet off, and he swings it over and like whacks him in the head with it.
Oh, dude,
And-
that's totally got to be illegal.
My dad was
In the
pissed
NFL
because we were at my brother's gender reveal party, and he was like, "Yeah, that'd be assault if he wasn't on the field.
Yeah, in real
If
life.
he wasn't a
yeah.
professional athlete." Yeah, I'm sure he got fined and
Well,
shit.
yeah,
for
that makes
that's a big
your
deal.
dad's right. If you whop somebody in the head,
With his own helmet, that was pimp.
like,
Bam!
yeah, you're gonna get charged with assault.
He throws his hands up, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He's looking at the refs, you know, like, "What are we gonna do about this?"
I just got bopped in the head with my own helmet.
There
Hello.
There was a big pile
His
on his
name's
shit.
Miles.
His name's Miles Davis. It's not his fault. He can't see.
So he just like threw his hands up. He's like, my head hurts.
Okay, so I want you to check this out and tell me what you think. It's crazy.
All right, I'm watching.
And then we'll discuss what punishment you think this motherfucker should get, because it's
Alright.
crap.
Okay.
Okay? Let's do this.
Like, am I gonna be angry by the end of this?
No, I was surprised you weren't angry with the midget.
Well, that's because at first I thought that it was all just a joke.
It was Wee Man's cousin.
Like it was all just a joke, and then there was a little man midget dressed as a tiny girl. So I was right.
I wish that
think.
wasn't the first time you've said that.
Shut up. That's now it just got.
It
Wish you weren't
it
so
just got
fucking
real.
awkward, bud.
I wish you didn't bring things up, man. Check this out, okay? Watch this, and if you want to go look it up, look it up. It's not a big deal. It's just something I wanted to touch upon. He takes off. Boom. He swung the helmet. This dude.
I totally missed it. Go back. Go back.
Oh, okay.
Go back.
We're gonna go back. Look at this. Now, this is right when he ripped off his helmet, and you're catching it right when he swings it at him at the very beginning.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And then you got to watch the dude. I got to find out who this guy is. The big-ass fucking dude that comes and just starts wailing on his helmet. He just
saw
starts
that.
beating the shit out of him. Watch this. He's hitting a fucking helmet. A football helmet, punching the fuck out of it like it's his face, dude. And it knocks him on his ass. Watch this. He throws the helmet, whops him in the head. He
Oh.
throws his hands up, and then this guy starts pummeling the fuck out of him and kicking the shit out of him. You have to see the angle that I saw because it showed a perfect angle of him whopping him. It slowed it down in slow motion. They might show it.
Yeah.
It bounces off the top of his head. He hit him in the dome piece with his own
That's gonna hurt.
helmet. Oh, dude, those things.
That's gonna hurt, man.
That dude punching the fuck out of the face mask and shit would hurt. Look at this. Right on top of the head. And then he just throws his hands up,
Wow.
and that dude just pommels him. Look, they might show a better angle. Yeah, they're going to slow it down. Let's watch this 7 times. Okay, yeah, but the force he swung that motherfucker, dude, coming down on him, bounced off his head, and the dude's
that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. He's probably gonna be out next couple games.
I like the commentators. They have to it's like, let's watch that again.
Oh, there have been some objections. Dude got hit in the head.
They're like, this game has been fucking boring up until now. Jesus.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
This is what we play for.
But still, it at least the announcers maintained a level
Composure.
of professionalism, which
let's watch that again.
I mean, these are professionally trained athletes, and they're acting like we had a middle school Mighty Might game.
And they have to they commentate on it like it's a UFC fight. Like, Dan, you see he's putting him in the triangle right now.
Yeah.
That's a professional move. BJJ. He's got a black belt. He must have a blue belt at least.
He's done. He's got him by the arm. He's not going to let go.
Let's go down to the field at Janice. Janice, what's going on down there? They're still fighting.
We just realized that there's no tap out in football.
I think they're coming for me.
People are getting hit in the head with helmets.
I gotta run to the locker room.
I need to get out of here.
She's just freaking out.
Oh my God! People are in the head. Reminds me of like the Blair Witch. The helmet.
Stare in the corner. She can't get you.
Hit him in the head. We're cold.
Oh, you know what? You know what's crazy? You brought up the Blair Witch. You can't bring up horror shit to me because then I'll want to talk about it. By the way, before I get into the Blair Witch thing, okay, we'll get into a little Blair Witch thing.
Uh-huh.
Nightmare on Elm Street is possibly not only getting rebooted, but it's getting a TV series.
Which part of it?
I don't know.
There's so many movies.
I don't know. There wasn't a lot of details. I think they're rebooting the first one. They're remaking the first one. And what they're going to do is they're going to do a TV series. That's probably like a prequel.
That's why I want to know.
It's going to be Freddy's life until he got burnt.
From which universe they're pulling from. You know what I'm trying to say?
I have no clue. It's going to be epic, though, dude. I'm
they're
ready.
Not going to tell you that.
I am ready for Freddy.
It's been a minute. I'm ready for a brand new Freddy.
You know, everybody else is getting their shine. Why not? And Friday the 13th is not going to get made anytime soon because they keep fighting over the rights.
I hope that they do Freddy justice and it doesn't turn into like some sort of Gotham bullshit.
Like the show Gotham?
Uh-huh. Yep.
You didn't like it?
I didn't, dude.
I haven't seen any of it. I've seen pictures of like the Joker.
That's just not how Batman's supposed to be. Like that's not, I mean, I understand it's, you know.
How did you feel when Ben
Batman
Affleck played Batman?
I wanted to
coming straight off of Christian Bale.
I wanted to go to my nearest Jeep salesman, steal a Jeep, and drive it into the cliffs, probably out by Branson because those are firm enough, and kill myself and a Jeep. You didn't like Batman vs Superman? No. No. And they made,
I don't either.
And they made Jeeps look bad. And I've always liked Jeeps. So.
Jeeps? What are you talking about? Is the Jeep
in the movie? He drives a Jeep on purpose.
Oh, he does.
They got all the camera angles. The Jeep. Oh, it's a brand new Jeep.
Well, they probably got money.
Like it's
them.
a nice motherfucking Jeep,
right?
But like, you put fucking Ben Affleck.
But you got to understand, you're also coming off of the Dark Knight
Batman
trilogy.
Yeah, I
Dark
am
Knight trilogy.
because that's where the fuck it is.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
That's
if
where
you're
the fuck
talking
it is.
Batman, we're talking the Dark Knight.
You want to see some fucking good Batman, some well thought out Batman.
The Dark Knight trilogy is wonderful.
Some well executed Batman. That's the Dark Knight trilogies, man. It is, man. The best Joker. No offense against Joaquin Phoenix.
I haven't seen that yet. Have you seen that?
I haven't. I haven't yet.
I've seen the ending.
Haven't yet. But it's been out, and so I've heard without wanting to hear.
They put out a fucking. They put out
and
a
people like
warning
it.
and shit?
People like it. It is the highest grossing film.
People said it was insensitive to mass shootings and shit.
It's already been It's already been. It's already made like over $8 billion.
No, it's a confirmed sequel. They've already. I've read it.
What?
I read the article. They confirmed a sequel.
For what? That's not what
Joker.
I was talking about.
Joker.
Oh, they confirmed. Well, of
Yeah, they
course,
confirmed a sequel.
it's still in theaters and it's already made $8 billion,
sequel
dude.
confirmation.
Yeah, it's still.
Dude, It Chapter 3 is probably getting made, and it's like, where the fuck do you go?
I'm not going to watch It Chapter 3.
Where do you go?
Yeah.
From there, it's like you did the book justice, you
Yeah.
did the old miniseries justice. Just leave it alone. Like, you ain't got to add more to the shit. Just leave it, because you're gonna show too much, and you're gonna do a fourth
Yeah.
one, a fifth one. You're
Once
gonna end
you-
up like Friday the
yeah.
13th, Nightmare on Elm Street,
And
Halloween.
shit's gonna get diluted and stupid. You're gonna lose your fan base, and then you're gonna, your executives are gonna scratch their heads like, "Whoa, maybe we poked our buttholes too much."
We were talking about
Hate that shit.
Pirates of the Caribbean earlier, about how the first one's epic as fuck and such a great story,
Yep.
good movie, and then you get to the second one and it's like kind of died out a little
It's
bit.
lacking.
You're
They're
like,
lacking. They're
what
still
the fuck?
good movies.
You want to like it
Yeah.
because they introduced Davy Jones.
But there's something like. Did we ever like figure out what exactly that was? Like it's. I mean, it's still the movie. Like I even noticed that. Like even the sound is different. Like you watch Curse of Black Pearl, and then you watch Dead Man's Chest. Same TV, same DVD player, and it will sound. It's not the same.
the score.
Yeah,
The score was a lot different. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
as epic as the first one, and you're like, it was lacking in a lot of
Mhm.
shit. The story was great. They kept going with it, and they tried.
Yeah.
Like, but it was the shit they shot. You know what I mean? It was just,
Mhm.
it wasn't as good as the first
It
one.
was like they were just getting lazy, thinking that anything they did was going to be awesome. And some of what they did was totally awesome. And with the
Right.
first movie, they fucking killed it. They nailed it.
And then the third movie comes back, and it's epic again. It's really good. Then you get Stranger Tides, and you're like, what are you doing?
fuck
What
is
the
this?
fuck? And then you
Dude,
get down to
like
Dead Man's
40
Dead Man Tells No Tales,
And then it's boom, you got it.
you get it right
you
back.
got it right
it's
back.
like every other one they
Yeah.
made up for the mistakes.
I love I was telling you, I've seen them all and purposely noticed that I, on purpose, only really ever watched the first one and the last one.
Clearly, we have Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah.
Disney Plus is epic. If you don't have Disney Plus, spend the $7. Spend the $7 a month. It's worth it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They got the new Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, dude,
Lady and the Hoe.
started watching it.
Not good.
Got about 10 minutes in. It's like, okay.
Well, because it went straight to Disney Plus. Like
it
you
went.
can't do that. It's
Yeah,
like
it was-
Disney Plus original.
Yeah.
You're not Netflix yet. Calm down. You're Disney, but goddamn, you just got in the game. of
Exactly.
Streaming.
They should have done it.
You're already doing original series and shit?
Disney
Like, chill.
Plus should have fucking not-
Netflix eased themselves into original
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
And they already took how they started the original series was they took already known properties
Uh-huh.
that were popular, like Trailer Park Boys, Arrested Development, and they took all these different properties and they bought them out and they brought them to their Netflix,
Uh-huh.
and then they were able to make new episodes on Netflix, and now it's already known, and that's how they got their. Disney's just hopping in with like, well, here's
Yeah.
the fucking remake to Lady and the Tramp.
They're just, we are coasting on their success. Here you go. And dude, 10 minutes in, it's crap. They should have done it like they did the
was-
live action
It
Lion
was pumped
King.
out.
You know
Lion
what I mean?
King was epic.
It's like Lion King was a Disney movie,
Right.
And then Lady and the Tramp was like a Disney Channel Friday night movie.
Disney Channel.
Yeah, you
Disney
know.
Channel original.
Disney Channel original movie.
People are throwing fits about all the shit that's in the
Like,
old
come
cartoons and
it's,
stuff.
It's fucking Lady and the Tramp. It's iconic. Why would you put a fucking B actor voice for like this iconic fucking character?
You like video games as much as I do. How do you feel about
sure.
the new Sonic?
Don't know anything about it.
You don't know anything about
Don't.
it? They had to reshoot a bunch of scenes and they had to redo the animation for Sonic.
Mm.
Jim Carrey's in it, so it looks funny.
Wow.
It looks okay. Like I'm
And
going
it's
to
a
take my
game?
kids
It's
to
a
see
video
it.
game? No, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
Oh,
It's a live action Sonic movie.
no, I didn't even know.
They had to redo Sonic's animation because they tried to make him less cartoony. They didn't even get the eye color right, and people threw a fit. They're like, "You're not even paying attention."
Yeah.
But we were talking about Bethesda not too long ago, fucking over
don't
the
even
customers.
Get me started.
I think it's you look at the
Fucking
Sonic the
poison.
Hedgehog movie, and people complained and they said we don't accept this Sonic, right? This is not our Sonic. It was like Trump.
Oh.
This is not our Sonic,
And what they do?
and they changed it.
Uh-huh.
The company went back and said, thanks for being patient with us. We're going to go ahead and do reshoots, and we're going to change it so you guys come see the movie. And now millions and millions of people are like, we're going to go see the movie now because you listened
it.
to what we wanted. So I think they're going to learn. I think all these industries are going to learn, like, you got to listen to your customers, your fan base.
I think that we have
your demographic.
We have a new era of game, like coming games and movies, and like it's
the people are going to be more in control of their favorite shit.
More awesome. It's gonna, it's they're not
if
gonna
they
be like,
listen.
They're not. It's not gonna be like just like a team of people, which yes does work. That is what makes results. You got a team of highly talented people. They think of a great idea. They make it happen. They put it out. People love it. But it's almost 2020, dude. And the next big awesome games are the games that people.
Have you seen the preview for Dead Stranded? Is that what it's called? With
no.
What's the guy's name from the Boondock Saints and The Walking Dead? Something Remus? It's a weird fucking name.
Daryl.
His name's Daryl in The Walking Dead.
I don't remember his name.
He's in a video game now, and he's the main character, and he's carrying like this container with a baby in it.
I always liked that guy. He was a good actor. At least I thought he was just badass.
Dude, the Boondock Saints gets a lot of shit, but I like the...
Dude, that was an amazing movie.
2 movies.
I love the Boondock Saints.
The ending to the second one had me standing on my feet applauding in my living room. When he just flips off everybody down there, and like they're just sitting there like, because they know they got those people in there,
right?
So it was so epic. I was like, fuck,
that's good.
It made me want to fight. I was like, oh, they're gonna fucking. It was badass.
I want to punch somebody in the face.
I want to punt a midget out of a school bus right now. I'm so pumped.
Get you and your pink little fucking lunchbox off this bus.
I'm never gonna get over that,
dude.
I'm never gonna get over that,
dude. Like
that was a funny.
We were talking about it last time, and you know what? I've been thinking about it, and that bus driver deserves a round of applause.
Let's give the bus driver a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Amazing, totally convincing. It was your time to shine, and you shone.
Dude, you protected children without a doubt.
Yep.
No matter what the situation was, you read the situation and said, you know what? That's a midget.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do right now. Get off the fucking bus, little midget. And he just punts him out the fucking bus. He took the heat from everybody, and then they see that it's a midget, and they're like, ugh. And they walk away.
We're sorry, bro. Would you like a sandwich?
Hey, man, I know I just smacked you in the face and called the police on you. I am so sorry about that. Can I offer you a Haagen-Dazs ice cream bar?
Hungry, bro?
You want an ice cream sandwich?
I got a couple saltines in my pocket.
Let me tell you something. I got street meat in my pocket that's been here about a week, but it's all yours because I feel so terrible.
Ooh.
This guy could have fucked a kid.
You know what goes good with street meats?
I don't know where you're going with this, but I don't like street meats.
A little side of fava beans and a Chianti.
Chianti.
Hello, Clarice.
Oh, my God. You went Silence of the Lambs on me? I told you not to bring up horror.
Listen. I like pretending that I have to speak through like a tiny little plexiglass hole, and I'm a very intimidating
You know what struck me
that eats people?
You know what's weird is I've seen hundreds of horror films. You know what struck me so weird about Silence of the Lambs?
What?
Is that it's not the murder, it's not the cannibalism, it's not Hannibal Lecter himself, it's not even the guy in the fucking motorized wheelchair. It's none of that. Those things didn't stick with me as bad as the guy when she's walking by and he jerks off on her.
Yeah.
That stuck with me. So I was like, dude, that's fucking weird. Like, that's the weirdest thing I've seen.
That was like probably
that fucked me up.
It was probably the realest thing.
Because you just see the scene and fucking smack her.
Because that
like,
shit
what?
happens. Yeah, in her face.
Disgusting.
And you can tell by her face she knows exactly what it is.
Right.
There's no guessing. You could tell.
But let's give a round of applause for that guy shooting his load fucking 3 feet.
I mean, goddamn.
God damn. I mean,
man,
that was a stream too.
Hey, if your target's Jodie Foster, you got to do it right.
If you're in prison next to Hannibal Lecter, you're probably beating off all the fucking time. And Hannibal's just like, let me tell you a poem.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to read you a poem of the olden days while you beat it.
Beat it.
I've been watching a lot of Michael Jackson shit. I don't know why.
It's because the Corey Feldman shit. He subliminally put that shit in your head.
Oh, God. I watched a lot of, like, the Leaving Neverland stuff. We were supposed to talk about the Blair Witch.
Yeah, dude. What were you talking about, the Blair Witch?
The game. I was going to talk about. I beat the game.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I played it all the way through. It was really good.
Let's go ahead and
Let's give a round of... We're just giving a round of applauses out, like... Is it a round of applauses?
Is that what we called it before?
Is applause already... Applause is already plural.
Right. Oh, so like a round, which means
Let's give a round of applause.
Yeah, which means
Not applauses.
You're not just going. You're giving it a whole.
You're going around.
You're
and
waiting
around.
for everybody to clap with you because you don't want to be that asshole.
You don't want to be the
You
asshole.
don't want to be the asshole that quits first. I'm done.
Or the guy that's like, it gets quiet and he's still like.
You get the slow clap asshole named Chad.
Chad.
You suck. Fuck you, Chad.
This show blows.
Nice one, asshole.
I think the game was really good.
Nothing beats the movie though.
Well, if you take away, and we've talked about this before,
I know,
but if you take away the fighting over the map, dude, that's a really good story, a really good movie.
Dude, I absolutely
a lot of people bought
love
into
the
that
map.
being real.
That was another thing that
Them fighting over the map.
Yeah, that was like a real thing. Because I guess because
have you seen the theories
I
of
read,
Josh and him?
I read and I learned about. Well, see what they didn't know. Like, yeah, they were walking out in these woods. They did have GPS systems. There were a crew of camera people hiding.
They would leave them water and less food each day.
They would all get directions for every day, and
it was very vague.
and
Like,
they
you're
believe-
mad at Josh for this reason.
So there were things where they knew they couldn't tell each other, and then if they had to transfer information, it was vague enough to where they would each think. And it would be believable between the three of them that no one had any more information than the other one did. And that was not the case.
When Josh went missing and it was just Mike and Heather.
That was on purpose. He read that in his deal.
He got a deal that day, and he was like, "You're going to storm off and leave in the middle of the night."
This is how we got the map thing. The map thing wasn't... it happened... It was engineered, but it happened by itself. Those reactions happened by itself. They were partly... honest, true reactions.
It was a really good movie.
I think that they're in the tussle about the map, and I think the most perfect human reaction was totally caught on film. And fuck,
you know that scene where they're running
because
through
he legit thought the fucking map
right. When they're running through the woods in the middle of the night, and she turns and she's like, "What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?" It was supposed to be an old dude in long johns, and they were hoping they were going to get it on film, and that was the only jump. That was the only thing in the film, and they didn't get it.
She just happened to see him like kind of like creeping through because like he wasn't even ready yet.
They didn't turn the fucking camera because they didn't think about it. They were so scared. They were legitimately scared. They're like, They're not worried about filming it. They're running.
Yeah.
Like,
and that dude, it made it. Like, it gave it that real tone. Like, that movie duped so many fucking people, dude, for years. And I had to go on the... This was back...
They made a documentary about it.
This was back in those early internet days, bro, where it took 20 minutes to log on.
They made a timeline and mythology.
Yeah.
Like it was... witch and everything. Like they went deep.
Totally.
She was the original Slender Man.
She was. I was just about to fucking say that.
Yeah.
Fuck you for being just like me.
The original creepypasta.
She was the first Slender Man, which we both found out... because we used to talk about it all the time, and I actually the Slender Man all started on a radio talk show.
Yep, it was a contest,
not on like this. Yeah, they were having a contest, and like give us the best, urban legend and whatnot. And some guy brought up, doctored a few photos,
came up with a mythology.
Said Slender Man, and now
it took off.
Now little girls are stabbing each other in the woods. What's up? Like
now that piece of art,
dude,
from Japan, that Momo is creeping kids out, and it's a statue from Japan, but people are flipping out because I mean, that was a thing. I don't think it's a thing anymore.
It didn't go.
It came around for a while.
It wasn't as prominent as Slender Man.
I was like, what the fuck is a Momo?
But dude, Blair Witch, like, that was some awesome shit. Like,
I went and seen the newer one in theaters with Kylie.
Oh, really?
I loved that movie because they showed monsters in it. Actually, nice. Like they showed what's supposed to be the witch, but I've seen. I'm so into the Blair Witch that I've done a lot of research on it.
Was it documentary style?
It was them with like modernized GoPros and drones and shit. Like it was a new He was looking for his sister. His sister was Heather. He's trying to look for her. And there's a video he finds on YouTube of what's a woman running through a house in the middle of the woods, and he sees a shadow of like this woman like through a mirror, a reflection, and he pauses it and he's like, I think that's Heather. I think that's my sister. She's still out there. So he gets all of his friends together and they get all these cameras and they go camping out there. They get with the kid who found the video and who supposedly found the video, and they told him, take me where you found this, and he fucks him over and gets lost out in the woods. I can't go through the whole fucking thing, but It was a really good movie. They end
Nice.
up at the house from the first one at the end. You actually see monsters in it and shit.
Could you tell? You are the perfect person to ask this when it comes to horror movie. Did I'm guessing that they had a much larger budget than they did for the original.
Yeah, absolutely. They filmed that for like
so
30,000.
it looks better.
They filmed the original for like something like 30,000 and made like 30 million.
I actually did. I've never done research on the Blair Witch herself, but I researched that movie, and it was $28,000.
28,000. I thought it was something like that. It was almost 30,000.
It's still percentage-wise is the most highly grossing movie of all time, and it can't be.
They made posters.
It can't be
internet
beaten
site.
in that percentage bracket because there's not been a big enough movie that was made for
the
28,000.
actors were told to lay low for the first few months.
Yep.
To give the realism that they probably went missing.
It wasn't
it was really fucked up.
Because I was researching all about it. Because you know me. Yeah, I'm a silly fucker, but I'm also a logical thinker, and I knew. So like I love the Blair Witch, and I know that they're like. I know when the wool's being pulled over my eyes, and I kept reading and reading. It wasn't like 4 months later, the actors, the 3 actors, made an appearance in a magazine.
Yeah,
and were interviewed for a magazine. That was the first time they could raise their heads back up. But by that time, everyone had realized how big the movie was. It had already broken so many records, and it's like, okay, fuck it, do your interviews and enjoy your success.
The problem is. There's nothing like that anymore. They're not creative enough to come up with shit like that. Like, they tried Paranormal Activity, and they did the same fucking thing, and people called it out instantly. They're like, dude, don't do this again.
Well, because they didn't... They had a good idea and a good premise, but how they shot it...
They didn't do shit in the film.
And wrote their shitty... I mean, it was real shitty
Something
plots.
moves, and you're like,
real
okay.
shitty plots.
A door opens.
And it only appealed to fucking high schoolers, dude.
People screamed.
That was it.
During that movie, there's nothing in that I was like, it's like a door moves, a cabinet moves. I'm like, dude, this is lame as fuck.
It's high school shit.
The Blair Witch was better because you have action going on. Dude. They're running through you got a story going on. Blair, the fucking Paranormal Activity is like, we're haunted.
It really felt like to me it was made for teenagers.
I mean, I get they were trying to go for realism, so they're like, well, it wouldn't be anything jumping out at you. It'd just be a door moving. It's a haunting.
Or you set up your Xbox Connect. And then turn the lights off. Still, they were teenagers. Like,
true, yeah.
Like that's who they were trying to relate to. Everything in that movie.
I thought, like Sinister and Insidious were 2 really underrated films.
Yeah, they were.
Because they actually have monsters in them and shit. I'm the monster guy.
But they did. Those were really good movies, dude. Those are really good. But they just came out at the wrong time. That was when The Grudge and the what were we just talking about?
The Grudge is getting remade.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Well, The Grudge did pretty good. It was able to rise above the whole paranormal.
I'm not a big Grudge fan.
It came just before it.
It
was still stupid.
What's the other one?
I'm not
like
afraid
Grudge?
of pale Chinese boys. I'm not afraid.
Is it a boy?
Yeah,
it's a long-haired boy. That's kind of creepy.
No, in the original in the Grudge movie that came out.
The Rings. That's what I'm thinking of.
The Grudge
I don't
movie
like
that came
The
out.
Grudge or The Rings.
Yeah, The Grudge sucks. The Rings was.
They're lame.
It's like
they're not good.
It's like, oh, don't watch this VHS tape, or you'll die 7 days later. It's like, dude, it's like 2005. I haven't seen a VHS tape in 10 years.
Those movies are still being fucking made like that. Like that movie Countdown or whatever it is about the app that tells you how long you have. I'm like, what the fuck?
And they're stupid. Like, you might as well just made like a Sharknado.
And they're like giving reactions in the trailer of the people in the theater, and it's like they're jumping and freaking out. I'm like, it's a movie about an app that tells you when you're going to die. What the fuck are you jumping?
That's the one like part of horror that I just really don't like. Just that diluted down. They don't make it because they feel like it's scary. They're trying to appeal to an audience, and it, of course, comes off as disingenuous.
That's what pisses me off is like properties like Leatherface, Freddy. There's all these monsters that if they rebooted them, because we've come to accept reboots. Yeah, we're like, fuck it, reboot it, but do it right. Remake it. Do what you got to do. You're going to do it anyway. Do it the way we want it done. Right. You know what I mean? So many people avoid a movie remake. I jumped on the 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street because I'm such a huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan. I was like, I want to see what they do with it. I like Jackie Earle Haley as an actor. I think he's really good. You know, and he played a really good Freddy. It was the CGI. It was the acting was garbage. They didn't follow the original Freddy print. And they stole a lot of shit from the older movies. It wasn't an homage. It was like they were what's the word for it?
Recycling.
Yeah, they were just recycling bullshit.
That's what it seemed like to me.
At the end, when she cuts his head off, "Welcome to my world, bitch." It's from Freddy versus Jason. It's like,
where have
dude,
I heard that before?
We've already had that ending. Like, why would you? And then he's just dead. You just
recycling.
Burnt the building down and you cut his neck. You know what I mean?
What?
And then it was just I don't know. I
see, like that's the kind of
I had to see it twice.
Now I need to light a cigarette
anyway, things got real.
I'm getting upset.
I'm getting fucking fired.
I'm getting pissed. Okay, if this new fucking Freddy remake doesn't pan out and good, I wish that they weren't doing like a television series. I love Freddy, but I've never really imagined it as a television series. And if it sucks, people are gonna die.
I wrote 3 scripts.
People are gonna die.
And the Wes Craven,
I read one of them once.
The Wes Craven estate are the ones that own the film and the properties. So they're taking pitches. I read that. That's the article I read. Is they're taking in pitches, and I freaked out because I was like, dude, I want to mail them my shit, because what I think should happen, because they want to make several more films. They don't just want to stop at a reboot. They said they want to redo the whole franchise. Here's how you do it. If we've learned anything from films that are really good, especially you use the Dark Knight print, like we were just talking about. The Dark Knight are epic films because there's only 3 of them, and the story grows as it develops, and the character development is great.
Right.
If you do a prequel, you start out with a prequel. Here's the new Freddy Krueger actor. This guy's going to play Freddy, and you show Freddy before he got burnt, and you lead it up to that. Yes, we've heard this story. We know what happened, but you show details.
You do it like Batman Begins.
Yes. You introduce Freddy. You find out he was really fucked up. You can go far back into his childhood. You can do all this story. And then at the end, the parents get him. They burn him at the very beginning, and then you set it up for A Nightmare on Elm Street. And now so you call it Son of 100 Maniacs, and you put that movie out. And then Freddy fans flock to it, and they're like, fuck.
That's what we were talking about earlier. You're making a really awesome fucking first movie that is awesome just standing alone, and it's so it perfectly.
They want to go see the sequel because it's a reboot.
And that's going to be perfect.
Then you put out A Nightmare on Elm Street. And now it's A Nightmare on Elm Street happening, and it's a sequel to Son of 100 Maniacs. And then you do that
again, and when you do it right, you get like a Lord of the Rings or a Star Wars.
The third film.
If you do it wrong, you get Breaking Dawn.
Yeah. Breaking Dawn. The third film, it would go Son of 100 Maniacs, Nightmare on Elm Street, and then you do fan service, and you reboot Dream Warriors. And Dream Warriors is the third one, and that's the final Freddy film.
You still have to give it that quality, though.
Absolutely.
Like, if you're going to take
you couldn't cheap out on it.
If you're going to take people's opinions and say you're going to use them, then give them the respect of those opinions and do them to the best.
That's what I'm saying, fan service.
Yeah.
Because the Avengers and all those movies did fan service. People grew to love those characters, so when they eventually got to the Avengers films,
that's when they started calling it. That's when they started calling it MCU, if you notice, the Marvel Cinema Universe.
Right.
And because they gave it that label, that platform, then anything is possible. You don't have to worry about any other story arc. This is its own. Where do you want the story to arc? And that's perfect. And that's why there's so many of those fucking movies, and they make a ton of money.
Right. That's my opinion. As a huge fan of it, that's how I would go about it. You get 3 films, so you're getting the Halloween treatment of they redid a Halloween sequel. It's a sequel to the first one, direct sequel, and then they're doing 2 more.
Nice.
And they're going to finish it out, and it's a trilogy. It's their own little Halloween because they want to do several films.
I love the film. I love the one with it was a young Michael. He's wearing that. This little kid, he's got long blonde hair.
Yeah, you like Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah, but I didn't like the movie. I liked how
they set him up,
how little Michael, how that
he becomes Michael Myers.
I mean, he's a little kid, but I got to give him credit. He's
killing gerbils and shit.
He's a good actor. He totally came off as convincing. This dude's fucked up in the head.
It's the same kid
and needs to go to juvie
from Hancock.
Yeah,
it's Michelle.
Yeah,
I thought that was funny as fuck. But I have faith that if the Wes Craven estate is taking it, and it's Wes Craven's family, his kids and all that are taking the property, they're taking pitches, and they're gonna wait until they find the right one.
I hope
I'm
they take
praying to God they fucking either do it justice.
Yeah.
Because all the fans are like, let Robert Englund and Heather Langenkamp be in it, and let it be a fucking,
Robert Englund, though, is old, bro.
Did you see the episode of the Goldbergs where they did the Freddy Krueger shout out, and you can see his gut? I felt so bad because it was a fatter Freddy, and obviously he didn't have the makeup effects that he should have had for that.
And this is he was filming.
It was like a pullover mask.
He was filming a story that's set in the 80s, and if you remember Robert Englund, you know what Robert Englund looked like in the 80s.
He didn't look like that at all. He
dude,
was a little skinny 5'9" guy.
Skinny guy, no belly on him whatsoever,
Right.
No ass, no homo.
He was. You could tell he was older, and I was like, it was cringy. I was like, God, I'm a Freddy fan, and this is horrible.
It's like you've got an older dude, and you have Freddy money because
the fans want to see him as Freddy one more time.
Food. Yeah, dude. Like he's the best Freddy, dude. His movements, how he uses the glove. No other fucking Freddy can do that.
No,
they can try. They get close. No one does it like Robert Englund.
He dips his shoulder because
even
the glove's heavy.
Even though he had the belly on the Goldbergs, he still had that. He still had that, bro. Like he was.
He's still Freddy.
Like
yeah.
you know how like no one can see me, but I'm doing the little.
We'll get into videos if you want.
Welcome to hell, or
Welcome to hell.
And like how he brings when he brings his hand up when he starts to talk, and how he holds the knives.
Right, it's mannerisms and
dude,
shit.
Like Robert Englund, bro.
People want to see it, and I don't blame him. I get it. I'm a fan, but I'm perfectly fine with somebody new coming in. And the best suggestion.
You're over him?
I'm not over Robert Englund. No, he can be in it. But do a cameo. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he should play Freddy. I think if you want a true scary Nightmare on Elm Street film, you're gonna have to replace Freddy with somebody younger.
But you need somebody.
Let me pitch you
with that sort of finesse, though, dude. He was a classically trained actor.
I understand this. Let me pitch you two ideas that have been thrown out there that I think are perfect.
Right.
That I think it's a personal opinion because I'm a huge fan. The first one I'll bring up, James McAvoy. James McAvoy would probably play a pretty sick-ass fucking Freddy
I was
Krueger.
totally against this until you said that fucking name, and now I can totally see it.
James McAvoy would play a very good Freddy Krueger.
Oh,
do you know who
hate
people...
you sometimes.
The second one, I would love to see don the glove and sweater and shit, is Kevin Bacon. I would love to see what Kevin Bacon could bring to that.
You lost me,
People
Kev.
flip out when I say that.
Kevin
They're like,
Bacon.
what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, dude... You've got to watch certain Kevin Bacon films, and I think he could bring something new to the table. That's why...
Footloose?
I love Footloose. Don't you dare talk shit on Ren.
I'm not talking shit.
Don't you dare talk shit on Ren.
I love Footloose.
Oh my God.
I love Footloose. But that guy cannot do Freddy. No.
I bet he can.
It's going to take him 2 years chilling with Robert Englund, and then he's going to figure it out. James McAvoy can.
He's got it in the face.
James McAvoy can. James McAvoy is a better
hell of an
actor.
actor.
He is a better actor than...
He's a
I'm
hell
sorry.
of an
I'm
actor.
just going to say here. Everybody, you don't like it? Say something in the comments.
But if you want to know the truth about it, and this is going to hurt a lot of people's
James
feelings,
McAvoy is a better actor than Kevin Bacon.
I'm a huge Robert Englund fan. I'm a huge Freddy fan. But I will say this: anything else Robert Englund has been in, he's not.
Oh, dude, I know.
Freddy is his shit.
He gave Freddy everything.
He gave Freddy all of his acting credibility, and then everything else is just Robert
Englund. You realize
Englund.
how much money he made from fucking Freddy, dude?
I understand.
There's a reason why he's got a big belly,
but that's why I'm saying, you could bring in anybody to be Freddy. I hate to fucking be like that, but you could. Anyway,
I could bring in anybody. I could go grab my little sister, put her in a striped sweater.
That was pitched. That's been a script that's pitched.
Really?
A girl Freddy, a female Freddy.
I don't know.
But I could see it.
The story would have to be. I could
see it.
The story would have to be right.
She could have frailed fucking like pieces of hair and shit and creepy
You killed
looking.
my father. Welcome to my hell.
You killed my father.
He lives inside of me, and Freddy heads come out.
It's Freddy's daughter.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
Like remember that scene where Freddy had like the longest hands. If you were a woman, Freddy, what would become
in the
long on
original?
You? Like if you were a woman, Freddy.
Are you saying it'd grow like a dick?
Well, no. Like maybe her tits would become 13 feet long.
She's like stepping on
people with them. I'm nursing. Like, are you hungry? Like fucking. You wake up holding baby dolls. Like, what's going on?
Baby dolls?
Yeah.
What?
Or like maybe she gets like 10-foot heels.
Freddy heels. They could be red and green.
My Freddy pumps are trying to kill me.
These are the new Freddy Yeezys.
These are my Freddy jellies.
These are the Krueger Yeezys.
See my Krugers? I threw my Uggs away.
My Crocs are at the house.
Those are my Crocs.
How do you like the Crocs? They got flames.
That makes me go faster.
Oh, God. For some reason, that reminded me of Cars. I've been watching a lot of Disney Plus. So we watched The
Oh,
Little
dude, me
Mermaid.
too.
We watched The Little Mermaid.
I don't watch The Little Mermaid.
Oh my God.
I'm against that
Listen,
for reasons I can't state.
I don't like The Little
on the air.
Mermaid, but when I watched it, I thought it'd be a good remake. I was like, I could see them doing a live action Little Mermaid.
They are.
I know, but they're trying to like change shit up.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Which, I'm okay with. They have good actors in it, but man, I'm 32 years old. That movie's been out every one of those years, and I don't know. I guess I'm too old to see it any different sort of way. I needed to work my way up through tissue paper first before I went through the wall.
Sticky watered up tissue paper in the trash bin.
Like maybe you could have made her. Maybe it could have been like a boy.
I was just about to say, what if it was like a trans? It's like a trans mermaid, and you're going woke.
Yeah,
it's a woke mermaid,
like something like that. Like I wasn't ready for such a transition. But it's supposedly it's going to be really good.
Are we literally sitting here saying, because I think what we're getting at is they're trying to make her black, right? Is that what? Are we trying to say we would rather see a trans Little Mermaid than black? That's almost racist. I don't mind that Little Mermaid
for
be
me,
black.
No, it's not like that for me. It's what they had.
I'm trying to think of
it's
where we're
what
going
they
with
had
this.
to change within the movie because of that.
Yeah,
I don't care that the actor that they're using.
What do you think they'd have to change?
She's beautiful. She's gonna make a beautiful mermaid.
What do you think?
Like I got nothing against her.
What are they gonna change? Are you being racist?
It's not gonna be. No, I'm not being racist.
What if it was a trans mermaid though? Or would you be woke enough to be like, I'll watch the trans Little Mermaid?
It's almost 2020. That's racist too.
It's Little
That's
Merman.
racist too. Like, it's the trans merman lady. It's like, did you just assume my gender?
Did you,
Flounder? Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck out of here, Flounder.
Flounder? Fuck this, Flounder.
We're out of here.
Obviously, these guys are behind in the times.
Can you do what Abu does and steal some shit before we leave?
Abu? Are you bringing up an Aladdin reference?
Oh, dude, you don't even want to get in with that with me.
Did you watch the new Aladdin?
I know everything. Yes, I know everything about
Did
every
you like
Aladdin's. I am 32 years old, and Aladdin has been out for almost all of those years.
I am 56, and I will not
and
let
I've
it
loved
come to this.
every minute of it. Except that
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
You're being racist.
Will Smith did a good job.
Racist.
Will Smith did a good job.
The genie black.
But
what the fuck?
No, he should have done it more like the genie, and not like Will Smith. That's all I'm saying. I love Will Smith. He's one of my favorite actors. He did the genie like Will Smith would do the genie.
You like Will Smith?
I like Will Smith.
He's all right. I want to see Bad Boys for Life. I love Bad Boys.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't watch those movies. I sweat too much. I get all sweaty.
Why are you sweating? I was watching Cops.
And then I want to leave the theater. I want to drive fast and wave guns around and do awesome stunts.
You just described my experience of seeing all the Fast and Furiouses at the IMAX.
Oh yeah.
You see that shit on the IMAX and you're like, oh my god, you're in it. You were in the car
even
with Paul
the
Walker.
IMAX, which I did see one of those in the IMAX. I wish I wouldn't have had seen the one that had The Rock in it. That was the first one that The Rock was in.
The Rock fucking ruins everything.
That's what killed it for me. It's like, I'm done.
The only thing
I'm not watching the Baywatch guy do this shit. I'm not doing it.
Baywatch was garbage.
It was garbage.
Here's the thing, though.
I think that's why
I liked him in Jumanji. I thought he did good in Jumanji. Jumanji was all right.
Yeah, it was all right. I liked that movie.
It wasn't all right. It was funny.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny. It made it even better that, like, he was
not playing a hard ass. He was playing a nerd.
He was portraying a video game character that is being played as
a kid.
As a nerdy kid. Who now, like, it's kind of funny, like, how it kind of, he was the bully, and now he's just too large to be bullied, as he doesn't figure.
Right.
It's like, oh, man, I'm going to kick, he just realizes, wait a minute, I'm not getting my ass kicked. He just can't seem to do it, like type of deal. I love that. That was cool.
He was good in that. There's a few things that The Rock has done that's okay, but he just ruins everything.
But like Baywatch, I wanted to eat my
I don't
face
even know
out.
why you gave that movie a chance, because as soon as I saw Zac Efron on, I was like, fuck you.
I know.
I only watched Bad Grandpa because of Robert De Niro. I didn't watch that because of Zac Efron.
I know. And
Little High School Musical.
Robert De Niro did a really good job in that movie. That's what.
He was funny as fuck when he's on stage rapping and he looks at the black crowd. He's like,
That
"Can I
was
say
good.
it? Can I say it?"
That was good. And of course, Aubrey Plaza was all over that.
Dude, let me tell you something. That
All
lucky
over that.
motherfucker.
Oh, what is it with you, Aubrey Plaza? You are
Dude,
obsessed,
Aubrey
bro.
Plaza has some kind of like spell on
Do you
me,
watch
dude.
like Ingrid Goes West like every night? And
No,
jack off
but do you
overhanded?
know how much I love the fact that they let her in Child's Play? That she was in. I was
I
like,
still
oh,
haven't seen that movie.
You really need to watch it.
I want to watch it.
You can sympathize way more.
But it
with
kind of
this,
hurts.
Chucky.
Like, you know me, I've grown up with the old ways. I really like the whole voodoo concept. And
Yeah, but they did this.
Charles
They
Lee Ray.
did very well for what
Yeah.
they did. They did very
Is it
well.
is it at least like at least like a copy of a conscience of a real person that they then put into the AI and then the AI?
Let me
or
let
is it
me
just-
let me explain it to you without giving out spoilers.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
At the very beginning of the movie, there is I think it's a Korean or Japanese or Chinese factory. It's an Asian factory that's making these dolls and pumping
course.
them out. And this dude is like falling asleep, and the guy like whips him or some shit,
Uh-huh.
and he gets upset. It's kind of corny how fast it happens, but he like programs he makes it to where there's no limits to its learning. And
see.
And what happens is, Aubrey Plaza works at this wholesale store or whatever, and a customer brings it back in damaged, and she's like, she tells the guy in the back, "I'm going to take this home to my kid." She takes it to Andy.
Oh no.
And basically, Chucky's not bad until he watches, and it's crazy the message they're trying to send.
Oh, so it's like a nature versus nurture thing.
He's a good guy.
Even if Hitler was born a baby and say he wasn't around all that stuff, all the stuff that he was around in that culture, he might not have been.
That's
even
what the-
though he had the platform to be either thing.
That's what the message was trying
Chucky
to
had.
push.
That's what that guy did. He gave Chucky that platform to split. Limitless.
Well, Chucky
Weird.
starts out like his friend, and it's all cute and innocent. Like
Uh-huh.
he's walking around with him, and Chucky's saying goofy shit.
Monkey see, monkey
He's
do.
pushing him in a cart, and he's like, "Are we having fun yet?" Like he keeps saying that through the whole
Uh-huh.
film, and it's funny. But he comes off as innocent through the whole thing because he's watching. They're sitting down. It's him and his friends, and they're watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Oh,
And they're
no.
laughing and eating popcorn and having this good
So
time. And he
he's
sees
thinking,
that.
"This
And
is
he's
fun.
like, this
This
is
is-
fun. Are we having fun?" He thinks it's fun.
So it's like a
So
5-year-old
he goes and
getting
grabs
the
a
wrong
knife.
idea.
Exactly. He goes and grabs a knife,
Oh.
and he starts charging at him. And they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's just like, "Are we having fun yet?"
Are
Like,
we having fun
He's
yet?
innocent through the whole thing, and he just goes and murders people. It's a great fucking movie. I think you'd really
Whoa.
like it. I loved it. Let me tell you something. There's a scene,
dude.
There's this scene.
I have to ask. At
What?
the end of the movie, does Andy's pure heart and love for Chucky win over the programming, and then Chucky realizes we're not having fun?
There's a scene. They pull that when he's on top of him, and he's like, "I thought we were friends," like, you know. And they try to pull you at your heartstrings because Andy's has to stab him or whatever, do whatever, take it the batter, whatever he's trying to do
Right.
to Chucky, and he can't do it. And the friends do it, and they're like, "Dude, what the fuck? Like, this thing's trying to kill us." The thing is, it's a very cleverly written. It's short, but it's a very good movie. There was one scene that stuck with me that's so wonderfully written. I appreciated it because I'm a huge horror fan. There's a scene where they're playing chess or checkers. I think they're playing checkers. And the cat scratches Andy, and Andy's like, "Damn it," you know. And he goes and gets a Band-Aid, and he doesn't get along with the cat anyway. He doesn't like the cat, so the cat scratches him and makes him bleed. And Chucky sees that, and he's like, "What's that?" And Andy's like, "Oh, it's blood. It's not a big deal." So when he leaves to go get a Band-Aid, Chucky looks at the cat and starts strangling him to kill him. He's like, "You hurt my friend."
So he's got a bond with Andy.
Yes, there's a lot of E.T.
At
references.
least that's different. I was about to say, like, pretty much like no matter how many times, like if you watch the original movies and then now this first one, like, it's the correlating, the common denominator is Andy's always catching shit, and at least this time, like, there's a bond.
That's what they did was they
Yeah.
tried to make a pull at your heartstrings. Kind of.
Right.
He goes evil because he turns red, and that's when the programming, he goes beyond the programming, and because he starts out innocent. Like I said,
Right.
it's funny as fuck because he's like, "Are we having fun yet?" They're not doing anything,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets so attached to Andy. He's like, nobody, because he's getting bullied and all this, and the
So it's like nobody.
Aubrey
messes
Plaza
with
is his mom, and she has this boyfriend over, and he's mean, and he like pushes him on the bed and shit. And Chucky sees that.
Oh.
But after he strangles the cat, There's a scene where Andy's like finds out he killed the cat and he gets rid of it, and then he's sleeping one night and Chucky's in the corner behind the dresser playing recorded audio of the cat squealing. It's like, and Andy can't sleep and shit. It was really fucking well written. It's deep. It got deep.
Why? What was his purpose for that?
To show him he had killed the cat because it was hurting him.
Oh.
Because there's a later the boyfriend of the mom who pushes him on the bed and gives him
so
shit.
he was showing Andy like, hey,
it was a cat bringing a dead mouse to the owner as a sign of like eat.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like it was that's the type of bond they gave him. The boyfriend that pushes him and is mean to him, Chucky hunts him down and finds him at his house and like murders him and kills him and brings his head back and sets it on the dresser.
Oh.
And Andy wakes up to see it
like a dog or
like I always compare it to like a cat bringing a mouse at your feet, like, you know, like, hey, I killed this, check this out.
I had a little dachshund. You remember Jibby? She'd bring me birds and shit. That's one of the reasons like why not to have a doggy door if your animal really loves you, because it's gonna bring in some weird shit.
Yeah, my cat used to bring in squirrels and shit,
dude, and show you.
Yeah,
and
it's like
with
proud
them.
of it. It's like check this out.
You want to get on this? It's a baby. You want to get on it?
Eat. It thinks you need to eat. It doesn't think you can feed it. It's funny as fuck.
Just the other day, one of the dogs brought in a cricket.
A single cricket.
It was like open the door, let him inside, and little bitch got a cricket. Splits it down on the floor. Shows you she can play with it. Smashes it on accident. She's done with it.
She's like, yeah, sweeps it aside.
It's not moving now.
I think you'd really like that movie though, and it was really well worth.
I really want to see it now.
It was a good one.
It makes me feel like that Chucky isn't as evil in this.
No.
It kind of makes you question: is there artificial evil?
Right. Like what would an all-knowing computer think about what we enjoy? We enjoy violent shit, dude.
Yeah, and I mean, if you ask any sort of, you go up to a Buddhist monk and he will tell if you're all-knowing, your actions wouldn't become evil. Because you understand so much.
You would never. You could prevent it.
It's not necessary. Why would you do something that you understand is not necessary?
Isn't that why Skynet fucks us up in Terminator? Is because it's a AI intelligence that's like, you guys are damaging the planet. And you're fucking everything up.
Like it's AI intelligence that they kind of doesn't let anything slide,
so it destroys.
And it holds a grudge.
Coming to theaters near you.
It's like, oh, you're beating up the robots. We got planes.
The new Terminator was the
one that's coming out with
the box office
with the really old Sarah Connor.
Yes.
Trying to act like
it's
a badass.
A failure at the box office.
I was watching the preview and I'm like, man, like I understand when you want to try to kick dead horse to get some more money, but
not only did they not put Edward
this horse
Furlong,
is not kicking.
Not only did they not put Edward Furlong in the fucking movie, they have a computer-generated version of him when he was younger from Terminator 2, and they're at the beach, and the Terminator walks up and shoots him.
And you can
tell
at
the very beginning of the movie they kill him.
You could probably tell it's from the scene that they took from that close-up when he's on the dirt bike.
He's got handlebars and shit.
Like, I remember when his wisp of hair went like this.
Ring. It's like Guns N' Roses playing.
You hear the ocean crash. They're trying to...
It's all the sound. They didn't take out the sound effects. It's like a clear cutout picture of him from Terminator 2.
But he's standing there trying to look all cool, being in a completely different scene. You're like, beep, 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 beep. He's, like, oh, he's hacking the ATM. That's little fucker.
Oh, you're not my dad, Todd.
Edward Furlong was like one of those people, because when I first saw him, I was a kid and he was a kid. But like me as a kid, I like looked at him through my television and I was like, that dude I can just tell he's just going to do shit ton of drugs. You know?
He had that drug face.
All the shit he's going to be in is going to just be weird, wacky, alternative shit.
He gained a lot of weight.
And I doubt it.
Macaulay Culkin was one of the people I thought that was going to happen to, and he's healthy as fuck now. He's doing great.
We'll see like Macaulay Culkin at first, though.
He has a podcast and shit. He's doing great.
Macaulay Culkin at first, though, like, burnt through so much.
He was on fucking Joe Rogan, dude.
Yeah, nowadays he's all good.
He's wonderful.
He's got a band.
He's hanging out with an angry video game nerd and doing video game videos with him and shit.
Like, he's doing good shit now. Hell, he was dating Mila Kunis for a while.
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, dude was back on his stuff.
He was doing
but
good.
like I also like I have to give it to him. Like, I'm kind of biased because I love Home Alone and stuff.
Who doesn't love Home Alone?
But like that's just like that's like eye candy.
You show me one person who says they don't like Home Alone, and I'll show you a fucking liar.
I'll show you this fist right here, punching them in the face.
I'm about to punch you in the mouth.
It's like,
for
you know
saying
what?
that.
I'm gonna punch you in the face 2 times, but I'm gonna show you the movie 1 more time.
You get to watch one more time. If you do not like afterwards, I will smack the dog shit out of you so hard.
If you can't make it to the birdseed part, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Okay?
If you don't see the bird lady in part 2, we are done being friends.
What part is he on? To 2 turtle doves.
Hold on, the bird lady needs to come.
He's on the 2 turtle doves part.
He's crying because the 2 turtle doves part.
It's at the part where he's waving at the sick kid in the window.
I don't know what accent we're trying to do.
I don't know.
It's like a Mexican.
We should really probably be doing Harry and Marv accents. He said his name was Snake.
Harry and Marv.
Harry!
Oh my god.
Harry.
Marv, you're an idiot.
I love it.
Joe Pesci's awesome.
My goat toot.
How did Joe Pesci go from fucking Goodfellas and shit to straight to Home Alone?
Home Alone was after all that shit.
I know.
He already had Goodfella money. He'd already had My Cousin Vinny money.
You know who?
Dude was just having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Who is an underrated actor is Ray Liotta. I like Ray Liotta.
Dude,
a lot.
Ray Liotta, like,
Ray Liotta's a
he
really good
really
actor.
is underrated.
Mhm.
And he's one of those actors where if somebody has some sort of discrepancy against him, he's been in so much fucking shit, you can counter their discrepancy.
Oh, yeah.
Just because he's got, like, he has...
Dude, Brad Pitt's so well established that back in the day when he was dating, I think it was Gwyneth Paltrow,
Uh-huh.
she had a run-in with Harvey Weinstein, and she was like, no, she left, and then told Brad Pitt, who she was dating at the time, about it, and he went straight to fucking Harvey Weinstein and was like, dude, I will fucking kill you. Like, I don't give a fuck who you are.
That's what you're supposed to do for your girl.
Because he
when
knew how much
someone wrongs
pride.
her.
Dude, he knew how much he had backing him, though. It's Brad fucking Pitt. He's
Yeah.
like, what are you going to fucking do about
Yeah.
it? And that's what should have happened.
That's what, yeah.
That's what should have happened with a lot. See, this is my point is, when you look at Harvey Weinstein, that dude's a monster. When you look at Bill Cosby, that dude's a monster.
Yeah.
When you hear shit like, Aziz Ansari or fucking, what's the comedian who was jerking off in front of chicks?
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. When you hear shit like that, it's like, why didn't you leave?
Yeah.
It's like he asked you, can I beat off in front of you? And you're like, I guess. And he just...
It's not like he was standing there and it's like, I'm not going to give you this role.
Walk out.
Unless you put my little pee-pee in your mouth.
Well, he probably said shit like that. But at the same time, if you choose to do that, how are you going to come back later?
If you choose to hang around for 20 minutes, isn't that you choosing to hang around for 20 minutes?
That's not Me Too. That's Me Too included.
Yeah.
Like, you walk the fuck out of the room if it was bothering you so
This
much.
man masturbated in my general vicinity.
But we don't know. I mean,
15 years ago.
There could have been a fear aspect to it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm sure there's shit that we don't know. That's probably why
Right.
we didn't really hear a whole lot about it.
Exactly.
You know?
I don't want to judge people too harshly.
I don't
about
either.
shit like that, 'cause-
I really I laugh my butt off watching a Louis C.K. He had one of his little stand-up specials. I mean, he's really
like
funny,
I said
but-
earlier, I've been watching the Michael Jackson stuff, and it's like, when do you separate the human being that created such good art from
Yeah,
what they've allegedly did?
yeah.
You know.
And with the whole Michael Jackson thing, I'm sure that we have gone through this before, but I'm pretty sure I can discern the truth. Michael Jackson, I mean, I know there was probably a couple little boys that were in his bed, and
He admitted to
even
that.
that,
He admitted to
even
that.
that in itself, even if they just laid
Just
in bed,
that, if that's all
even
they
that
did, yeah.
in itself is extremely illegal.
You crossed the fucking line.
You cross the line.
Whether you watched movies and shit or not.
You
yeah.
live in a mansion
You're a grown
with
man.
more than enough rooms and beds for these little boys, and they're in your bed.
Well, see, okay, we
Like,
were talking about Macaulay
but
Culkin.
even if the molestation didn't happen or not, like, I'm sure that it's a couple of boys having a couple of boys. They had some stories to tell, and then the other kids that were there, the other parents were like, oh well.
There's too much inconsistency. It's not even inconsistency. They stayed consistent a little bit. I don't like how they flip-flop back and forth. Like, no, he wanted us to. We were just trying to get money, and then they come back and they're
No.
like, well, right after he's dead, and he can't sue him as hard anymore.
Well,
It's the estate.
that's because the flip flop was inevitable because they didn't follow a plan. They followed each other. When one made a false accusation because they knew that they could. and it was hard to contest it because there were a couple actual true accusations, and then they're just getting lumped on. Then the other one's like, well, his kid's gonna get a settlement, and my kid was there, and so people were following him like fucking lemmings. And then now it's like, of course there's a flip flop. Of course it's like, and now when one of them says, oh well, nothing really happened, now the next one's gonna.
Wade Robinson was one of them, right? And Safe Chuck.
I don't know specifically. Yeah.
Wade Robinson dated Brandy Jackson.
Okay.
Right, and which is Michael Jackson's niece.
Mm-hmm.
And they dated for like 9 years or something. He cheated on her with Britney Spears.
I never heard of him.
He was like a backup dancer.
Oh,
yeah, I had never heard of, like, I think there's Siggy. Is that his name? Siggy Jackson or some shit like that? He came out, him and
was
Brandy
that like
Jackson.
son of Tito?
Something. Maybe Jermaine
Jackson. He was that real tall.
Jermaine.
He was super tall, wasn't he? There was one of them.
I think it was Jermaine.
One of them in the Jackson 5 was super
Tito.
tall.
I don't think Tito's big.
No, Tito was
muscly.
Yes.
He looked like fucking OJ during the trial.
He was more stout than tall.
Is that racist to say?
He looked like a slim teapot. Huh?
Huh? What'd you say?
Who said racist?
Is it racist to say that though? That
What?
he almost looked like OJ.
He almost looked like OJ? Well, hey, dude, one time I was walking across a bridge. It was a memorial bridge, and this old man was walking by with his family, saw me with my girlfriend, looked at me and said, Ed Sheeran. So I looked at him with rattlesnake speed, and I said, Kenny Rogers. And his people laughed, and then it didn't end up just being like we just passed and insulted each other. We then became friends. Because he did a quick push at me, and then I quick push back, and then we're both, you know.
Right, he's just looking for a rise out of you or something.
Yeah, you know, like we ended up talking to him for like 5 minutes there, and turned out to be a really cool Kenny Rogers lookalike guy. You know,
Kenny Rogers
really enjoyed Toast.
What the fuck?
He had
Sheeran.
No. And we kind of connected on that because
God.
I also happen to enjoy Toast. I love Toast, man. Love it.
I don't know if you prefer peanut butter, jelly, Nutella
on toast.
It doesn't. You don't like Nutella on toast?
You know what toast is for? I'm gonna tell you what toast is for. Butter or jelly.
Peanut butter.
No,
peanut butter straight on a piece of toast.
Then you don't have
and melt that.
Then
shit.
you don't have toast. Then it's a sandwich.
Then it's a piece of
it's too much sustenance.
Toasted peanut butter.
Toasted peanut butter.
When you get the crunchy.
Oh, it depends if it's crunchy or if it's creamy.
You get the crunchy, it's a fucking. You then can cut it into fours and it's an hors d'oeuvre.
Then it's not a. We're gonna stack them up like a club sandwich.
Fuck yeah, with toothpicks.
Dump some
with like an umbrella.
How you feel like Philly toothpicks? They're not working well with the peanut butter. Sandwich stays together just fine by itself. Peanut butter's pretty sticky.
Peanut butter's pretty sticky.
Let's oust the Philly toothpick. You're not in the fucking peanut butter club.
Jim, get the fuck out.
Get out of here, Jim. You're not even in the club.
You didn't even think of peanut butter. You wanted fucking butter.
You don't even
add the peanuts.
Give me your fucking menu. Get out of here.
Leave the Oreos. Leave the fucking Oreos.
Hey.
Leave the Thin Mints, motherfucker.
There's fucking 5 left, Jim. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, we've hit an hour.
About? Have we? Oh shit.
We've hit an hour.
Yeah.
I think we've
we never spoke about time travel, and we never spoke about marijuana.
We did have to speak about that.
We're gonna have to tack on 10 or 20 more minutes because I want to put that in there. CandL, Candle Without the E, is brought to you by and sponsored by Anchor Fence.
Brought to you by Anchor Fence. Any picket, anywhere, anytime, up your ass. We don't care.
We'll do it with our eyes closed.
And it's also sponsored by OPMS Kratom. I don't know what's in it, but I like it.
Found wherever CBD oil is sold.
You could probably grow it, but don't.
Then there's the whole like the rendering
don't.
It. And,
yeah, you gotta fucking work for it.
And then we can give a shout out. This is 15 episodes. It feels like some sort of milestone.
15 episodes.
15 episodes. We've come a long way. I know I can say for a fact. Listen to this episode 15 when we're just about to be done here. Go ahead if you've got the time. Click up that very first episode and give both of those things a listen.
Give us a like, comment, subscribe,
anything. Share us your
touch us inappropriately.
Yeah. Constructive criticism is always welcome.
Bring some construction paper. We'll do arts and crafts.
Tell us how you feel about it. Okay? Tell us how you feel about it. I also want to give a shout out to our ladies who
Let's give a shout out to the lady.
For Kylie for letting us, put up with our bullshit, letting us, scream at each other back here.
Kick it like 15-year-olds.
Yeah, kick it, and for my lovely Megan for hauling my ass to and fro.
Let's give the ladies an applause real quick.
And listening intently. I love you, babe.
I feel you. I feel you there. I feel you. Let's
They deserve a little shout out.
Keep it positive and sentimental.
We couldn't do this as easily as we can without them, and
we do appreciate you.
Realize that today.
Oh, and this podcast is also brought to you by me.
Yes, it's brought to you by Cotter.
Maybe.
Dishing it out.
The Mafia.
Dishing it out every afternoon, motherfucker.
Hey, Lau.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Who did?
The guards.
I knew it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feeling that? You feeling that?
Yeah.
You feel the vibrations in the air? That's Clinton coming up on us right behind us with a pistol.
Can you feel the love tonight? Jeffrey Nathan.
What is that? What is that from?
What? The Lion King, bro.
Ooh, I can't believe I didn't know that.
Elton John did all the music for the original Lion King. Where the
did
fuck
he
are you
fucking
been?
Really?
It's the circle of... Yes.
Did you know Elton John's gay?
Yes. He is gay and he has children.
What? How the fuck does that work?
And he wears real expensive things and he's gay.
He's pretty gay.
But he's a hell of a musician. I enjoy him. No homo.
You like Elton John?
I like Elton John's music, yes. I enjoy it. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Hello.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
You got me with that reference.
This is a cowardly lion.
Oh my god.
Can I get some bravery?
The wizard just hands him like some PCP. Here, fuck.
Is this he hands up some rolled up part? Is this a Jeffrey?
Is this a Jeffrey?
Is this one? I can't do no PCP. The angel dust is fine.
Scarecrow's like, stop being a bitch. He's like hitting it.
The Tin Man just made a bong out of his alarm clock heart.
You guys want to smoke my dick?
I
Smoke
hear
comes out my ass.
How sweet.
Dorothy, I need some oil.
That's still the lion. The lion needs some oil in his ass.
Toto is the same Toto as ever. He actually sees and perceives everything. He takes it all in. He already knows there's a hidden man behind the curtain. He's just watching all this shit like, the hell?
Fucking humans are stupid. I can smell his fucking stank from here.
And then as soon everybody gets handed their shit, and then the dude looks at Dorothy. He's like, okay, bitch, you gotta pretend. You click your fancy shoes together.
You've been dreaming this whole time.
Then you notice that's when Toto gets all intent for the first time since revealing the man behind the curtain. He's like, oh, we're going to pretend to go home. We're out of here.
He's just happy to go home. He's like, fuck, I'm hungry.
It's like he knew it would work.
That dog didn't eat for like a week while they were there.
you never see Dorothy feeding Toto.
No.
Ever.
No. And I'm pretty sure a midget hung himself in the background. It was probably the midget that got kicked from the bus.
That was debunked. There was no midget hanging.
Are you sure?
It was some sort of prop
of
that
course.
Was hanging, and it was just as colorful as
Have
the
you heard
surrounding
the stories of Judy Garland and the midgets? I shouldn't say midget. Is midget inappropriate? Should we be PC?
I knew an Asian lady who worked in a bookstore, and she said, only two things I care about. That's not an Asian accent.
That was like Hispanic.
Mm-hmm. Is Judy Garland and butt fucking.
Judy Garland and butt fucking?
And butt fucking.
Butt fucking.
Butt fucking. No, I heard that from somewhere else, and I thought that was so funny.
Butt fucking.
Yeah.
Judy Garland and butt fucking.
Somebody was like worked in a bookstore, and they really only liked all day they'd watch Wizard of Oz while they worked there because they loved Judy Garland, and their favorite preference in book was homoerotica. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You understand that we were supposed to give the extra time for
time
subjects.
Travel.
What do you want to talk about time travel? The only we already talked about this with Doctor Who. The only time travel I like is Donnie Darko.
Yeah. Well, that's not true. Well, that's not true. Time.
Back
well, I mean,
to
I guess
the
it
future.
is too.
It's time travel. It's wormholes and shit.
Is it? But yeah, it was really only his conscience that traveled through time, and then his conscience goes back to his body.
Are you gonna analyze Donnie Darko with me right now? We can go down that rabbit hole. No pun intended, Frank.
No pun intended, Frank.
Donnie Darko's one of my favorite movies.
Fix your ear.
Don't you ever. Don't you?
Dude, it's one of my favorite movies too. It's one of my favorite movies too.
It's about to get real in the field.
And that was his little trail, his little deal. That's his conscience. That's his soul. His conscience and soul traveled through time.
Dude, I had the bonus features, Lau. The bonus feature.
I did too.
I
did too.
I had the one that like has excerpts from the book.
We'll see. And then I did enough research to realize that book is not real. It made it for the movie. I tried to find that thing, dude. Amazon could not help me out.
You just fact checked the fuck
Dude.
out of me. I thought there
Dude.
was a book.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to find the book and read that and then read what they think about it and then discern my own idea.
Did you know Drew Barrymore was one of the sole reasons that movie got made?
Really?
She was a producer. She was an
Oh.
executive producer.
Nice.
She believed in the story. Nobody wanted to do it because it's Richard Kelly. He's dirty.
Right.
He has
The movie wasn't too dirty, though.
No, but when you watch like I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell, and he did that film from the book,
I never seen
it's like he has shit running all down his underwear, and he's running through a lobby,
Oh.
and there's a bunch of sex in it, and it's like very dirty.
Yeah,
and
I'm not into that.
drinking.
Not into the weird, gross poop sex stuff.
Two girls, one cup.
We're going to eat popcorn and poop,
Ugh.
have sex with each other and poop.
So what about time travel? Did you
I'm
want
gonna
to touch
shit
on?
on these walls, right? I don't know. We were talking earlier today via text message, and you said you were researching for a topic, and I took a couple minutes to think about it, and time travel popped into my head.
That's
Uh,
that's very well, yeah. I mean, you didn't. You went as far as to think of the subject, but
Uh-huh.
you didn't think of like content for the subject.
well, I don't think we thought of any content for marijuana. That was
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you?
I wanted to discuss
Oh.
with everything getting legal in all the different states. We live in Missouri, so it's becoming
Mhm.
more accepted. Should businesses have the right to fire you if you fail a UA for marijuana?
That isn't a question that can be actually readily answered. And if you do find somebody with the credentials to answer it, it's not gone far enough for them to actually discern an opinion that's not biased. We need to create a separate test for CBD and a separate test that for marijuana. Until we can
Discern the two.
take the two
Yeah.
apart, we're going to be having trouble lumping them together. That's why we're
the
talking
way
about
you're rubbing
now.
your fingers right there
Just like
made me really
like
feel
I'm-
like having a weenie roast.
like I'm trying to start a fire with the Cub Scouts, but my other fingers are Thor.
I'm thinking like you're gonna start a bonfire and we're gonna have some marshmallows up in this bitch.
Yeah, I wish I had some marshmallows.
They have a kit at Walmart that has chocolate in it in the marshmallow.
Really?
They have that now. It's 2020, bro. It's almost 2020. My
I
bad.
bet the chocolate. I bet the chocolate tastes nasty.
With the holiday seasons coming up, wouldn't you like a marshmallow
I
with
bet-
chocolate in the marshmallow?
You can make a s'mores with that.
Fuck yeah, it was
What?
good.
I bet you a regular s'mores would taste better.
It does.
Aha.
Essentially, it's the same thing, but
Right.
you get the Hershey's. You're not getting the Hershey's experience
Mm.
with the pre-made marshmallows.
No, you're getting some off-brand, cheap chocolate because the marshmallows are probably a
getting
little
like
more-
great value,
You know what I'm
semi-sweet
saying?
chocolate
It's-
chips.
It's like this is a really delicious piece of cardboard. I just have to say,
Why does this taste like
this
Cheerios?
is really good. I'm gonna dip this in something so it has taste.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess that's it. I can't touch upon time travel.
Well, I guess I did think about a paragraph in my mind into it, and I realized pretty quickly that it's stupid to talk about time travel. I don't think time travel will ever be possible. But what will be possible
you don't think that
is not. No, I don't think so. And I think
as big as the universe
and-
is, you don't think that that's possible? Look how far we
Well,
have come
I'm
with
not
technology.
talking about
You
the
don't
whole
think it's
uni-
possible?
I'm talking about Earth and the human race.
Like if we found a way to manipulate vibrations and fucking follow them back into
we would do certainly that, and then everything would be gone.
You think we
like,
just end the fucking world with it?
And then, but see, time travel did exist. So somebody could go back, stop that from happening.
But then it would just be a butterfly effect.
Yeah, and you're in some fucking turns into some like fucking time cop situation where they got to maintain balance and shit. And it's not possible.
I stepped on a butterfly and now Hitler's president.
It's not going to work, and it's just not going to work. Eventually, it's either everyone's going to die or somebody gets the bright idea to X out everything, and we just don't have time travel, and the timeline just gets to move on without it. That's only two things that can happen. But what is possible, is seeing into.
I see that.
You
I
could
get it.
see into the future. You could see into it, like, because I mean,
But the only way future would work. See, this is where I differ with time travel. Going back in the past makes more sense to me because it's already happened and it's physically there, rather than seeing into the future because we don't know because we take it day by day.
And then that would envelop paradoxes. Even if we could, like, if we did build a machine that had powerful enough lasers and lenses that could round the curvature of the Earth at the speed it needs to be, so when you're looking at something not yet type of deal.
Yeah.
I know it's super. We're never going to see it in our life, but that is the only scientific way it could, even if it was possible, that is the only way you could do it. And if you look at, like, say, like, you use the machine and you look into your future, now your future will be different. What you're viewing is pretty much, you just turn that into fantasy, because since you looked at your future, you're not going to do the same things as if you were going to do if you never touched that machine.
Right, so you would fuck with shit.
Yeah. And so whenever I thought of that, I let it go.
And that's when I shit.
Yeah.
I finally wiped my ass.
I shit my pants, and I was like, I don't have any other pants clean. I got on my time machine. I made sure that my past self didn't see me.
You think it's going to be prolific?
Yeah.
You're just like, and that's when I decided to have a hot dog.
But I boiled it in water, and it turned green, so I had to go back time and fix it.
A hot dog with some peanut butter.
I looked into the future and realized I made myself a perfect one.
Oh, shit.
And I had it with ketchup.
If I could look into the future, I would honestly probably prevent myself from doing a bunch of stupid things. That's pretty common, but I think I'd leave some of it.
Yeah.
I think I'd leave some of it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like, if I could change it, fuck it, I wouldn't. Fuck it. It's supposed to happen for a reason, probably.
You come into that whole butterfly effect.
Because if you fuck with that, you fuck with this, and then that changes. You may avoid something to become a millionaire, but then as you're a millionaire, you die early.
Other things are changed because of that. Yeah, butterfly effect. Because people don't realize. One more thing. People don't realize why the butterfly effect works like it works. You can go back and you can change an instance or an action or do something different to create a different reaction, but you can't go back in time or whatever and change how somebody feels about something, how they perceive it, how they feel you perceive it. Yeah. And there's just too many spaghetti strands to connect back together. It's not going to do it. It's like trying to put together somebody's mush brain. You get a really good
which
fucking
I've
doctor.
done twice this week.
You get a really good fucking doctor. He's going to get about 85% of it, maybe.
Let's give a round of applause for Ashton Kutcher for the butterfly effect.
The butterfly effect.
Not the ranch, not that 70s show, but the butterfly effect.
Every time I think of that movie, I think of the part where the cigarette burns through his shirt, and then the top of my belly hurts a little. Yeah. Every time.
What sticks with me is the pedophilia in that movie. That's fucking...
that and the baby opening up the mailbox and...
Ooh, yeah.
Kaboom. Yeah,
fuck, I forgot about that.
Blowing up a baby is...
movie's sad as fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Good God.
I could understand why a motherfucker would want to go back and change some shit.
What a wonderful note to end on. Fucking the butterfly effect.
And the baby opened the mailbox that was shaped like the house, and it died.
Kaboom.
Shouldn't have got out of that minivan.
Oh,
all right.
Man. All right. Somebody's driving by God damn it.
Oh, dude.
That baby arm fucking busted the windshield.
Oh, man.
Motherfucker.
Can you imagine, you're not even any part of it, and you're driving down the road, and you're like, well, those fucking kids are standing there all of a sudden, and then a baby and a mom blows up in front of you. You just keep driving I did not just see that.
I would expect that it would be like Napoleon Dynamite and Rico when the melon hits his windshield. It'd be like, poof, and he'd be like,
ouch. Somebody's like, that's my dinner.
They swerve off the road and flip their car.
Eat your food, Tina.
That was a funny ass movie.
Yeah, I loved it. Anyway,
idiot.
Okay.
Anyway,
10 gauge. What do you think?
We did really good.
Yeah,
we kicked it. Join us next week. We're gonna have some. I got some plans. I got some plans for next week.
I'm gonna take 5 minutes and talk about ice cream.
Right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
Next
okay. I was like,
just give him a little sniff.
Damn it!
No, that was
vanilla bean chocolate.
That was a total joke. I'm not gonna stick with that. I was totally just pulling shit out of my ass. And if I would have kept it, I would have had to do some research on the origins of ice cream and how it changed culture. And I don't want to do that. So I can present.
Seems like a fucking headache,
dude. I know.
Who invented ice cream? Who gives a fuck?
Fucking
It's
no.
delicious.
It probably happened by accident, Tina.
Why would I blow up the Chick-fil-A? It's fucking delicious.
You think I got where I am because I dress like Peter Pan here?
Yeah. Bow to your sensei.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
Think
Somebody wants a roundhouse kick in the face while I'm wearing these bad boys?
Didn't think so.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. You think I go home? What's his wife's name?
You think I'm a loser because I go home to Starla every night? Forget about it.
Forget about it.
He's like the wisdom of a man, and he's choking out a middle-aged BBW woman. The wisdom of a man. He's gonna break the wrist, walk away.
That was the best part, is when Kip's standing there with him, and he's just like, bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei. I love that, dude.
And he's like, he panics.
Take my left hand, the other hand, your other hand.
Forget about it.
You just break the wrist and walk away. And he slaps him in the head. There's nothing martial arts about
And
it.
he's pulling him behind on the roller skates, and he's like, that's a rip off. What a rip off.
What a rip-off.
Well, that's a rip off.
It'd be nice if you could pull me into town. I've just been really TO'd because she hasn't sent me a full body shot yet. But other than that, I'd say it's getting pretty serious. It's getting pretty serious. LaFonda is the best thing that's ever happened. I don't know.
God.
I need to quit.
The Napoleon Dynamite's great. You need to watch that.
I don't know. I build her a cake or something.
Oh my God.
All right, let's end this.
Okay, let's end it.
Not
Join
that I
us
don't
next
love doing
week.
this. I'm having a great time.
We have a good time every time. We're going to have a good time next week. Join us next week. We're going to have all kinds of topics. I may have a little surprise. You're just going to have to tune in to find out.
Ooh, something new.
We're going to pull something out of the rabbit's ass.
Something new.
Or out of the hat. You don't pull it out of its ass. Don't pull anything out of his ass.
Well, if there's something in his ass, you should probably try to.
I don't know if you should pull
Get
it
out.
out, though.
Well, you won't be able to. He's gonna die. He's gonna have a prolapsed colon. You won't be able to use him for the next show.
That's a good point. Next show, join us as we talk about prostate.
Look into my hat. What do you see? Yep, that's a prolapsed colon. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We love you. That was CandL.
Take it easy.